A worker was sticking needles into the earth. Suddenly there was a scream from underground, and then there's a great deal of blood oozing out. The drill was dragged away. He didn't realize his foot was caught. He fell to the ground and was quickly dragged up the hill to his death. Two men were driving when they saw a man lying on the pylons. Jack climbed up and took a look. The man was dead. They took him to the hospital to check the cause of death, which was dehydration. What was so horrible that they wouldn't come down? They didn't know the monster was coming. They passed by the ranch and found all the sheep dead. There was a hat on the ground, and underneath it was a human head. It was terrifying. We tried to go back, but the rocks got in the way. When they got out of the car, they saw a helmet with a lot of blood on it. They were terrified. They jumped in the car and tried to leave, but the car was blocked by something. The engine was smoking and they couldn't move. Jack pushes the gas pedal to the metal, and they finally get away. When they got back to town, they were about to talk about the monster. They found a long thing wrapped around the bottom of the car. After all this weirdness, they had to call the police, but the phones were dead and the roads were blocked. They decided to ride out on horseback to get help. After walking for a while, they found a light in an old campsite. It's a BYD car with the lights on. Two men dug up a BYD in the dirt, with its lights on. So there's a monster that can move freely under the ground. Just last night, a couple camping and stargazing were attacked. The RV lights went out. When the husband checked, the creature pulled him into the ground. The wife was also attacked. She was so scared, she ran back to the car. She couldn't find her keys. She had to lock the windows. She was dragged into the ground with the car. The two of them continued to ride. The horse was wrapped in a long tentacle, and then it stopped moving. Jack fired several shots at the creature, but it didn't work. The two of them run for their lives. There's a ditch up ahead. The two of them jumped as hard as they could, and they hit the wall, and the monster followed. He died after hitting the wall. At that moment, Dr. Lucy, the biology doctor, came over. She's been tracking the monster. She's been tracking the creature. The scanner says there are 3 more of these things. They're coming this way. The 3 of them ran to a rocky outcrop. The other monsters are really catching up. They're trapped on the rocks. How can they get back to the car and escape? The 3 are trapped on a rock by the monster. Lucy used a pole to jump to another rock. They used the pole to jump back to the car. The monster was chased back and the 3 of them escaped. Jack swooped down to save the little girl who was playing outside, but he was attacked by the monster. Lucy tripped and fell while running away. Her feet got caught in the wire. Jack helped Lucy take off her pants and hid in the store. The freezer suddenly rattled. They pressed the freezer. The monster entered the house from the ground. The boss was swallowed by the monster as he kept dodging. The attack is getting stronger and stronger. Everyone went up to the roof. In the house on the hill, the walls were shaking. The monster came in with its mouth wide open. The man and the woman kept shooting. As they changed shots, the monster wrapped itself around the man's foot. The woman shot and broke the tentacles. They switched weapons, but they couldn't defeat the monster. Finally, the man took out his most powerful weapon. Finally, he killed the monster. But the monster at the bottom of the hill kept attacking the house. Jack ran to the excavator to move everyone, but the monster blocked his way. What should he do? Lucy took advantage of the fact that the monster can't see without eyes, kicked off the water pipe and distracted the monster with the sound of water. Jack successfully started the excavator. He was able to get the people to the excavator, but it didn't get very far. The excavator fell into a pit. Then the man on the hill pulled out his homemade explosives, and they scared the monster away. The men climbed to a rocky outcrop, but the monster didn't go away. Jack tied the dynamite to the end of a rope and threw it, fishing for the monster to bite. The monster was completely blown to bits. They wanted to blow up the last one. They didn't realize that the monster spit out the dynamite and set off the pile of dynamite. The people rushed to run for their lives. The monster is chasing them like crazy. There's a cliff in front of them. Just as the monster rushed towards us, Jack dodged and jumped to the side, and the monster fell straight off the cliff. It hit the ground head-on and instantly turned into a puddle of mud. The crisis is finally over. The town is quiet again, and Jack and Lucy fell in love with each other and got together. Follow Treasure Movie. See you next time.